So, I'm a firm believer in transparency, and I believe everyone should get the ability to count the number of hair grafts after their hair transplant. I'm aware that not everyone has access to paid applications like Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator, like the application I used to count the grafts in my last video. So I decided to make this video to show you how you can do the same thing using this free application called Goose. Now, I'll leave a link in the description box for this webpage right here. Once you are here, you can scroll down past all these updates till you get to the download section right here, where you can fill in the form and submit, or you can click this green text to skip ahead. You can download this application for Windows or Mac OS. I already went ahead and downloaded it for my operating system. Once you get the folder downloaded, you'll end up with this compressed zip folder where you can right click and extract, or you can double click, Control C and Control V to copy and paste. Something important is you need an image obviously of your scalp where you can easily count the number of grafts. If you don't have an image of your scalp, I recommend you get in touch with the clinic you went to for your hair transplant. They should have taken pictures of your scalp right after your procedure, and if they don't have pictures of your scalp, I would be worried if I was you. Anyways, so once you get that out of the way, you can double click to open the application. You might get this notification for warning or whatever. You can just click more information and run anyway. It's not a risk. It's just because you didn't allow it to download through the normal installer. Once it's loaded, you can get your image, drag and drop it right here in this working section, and you can zoom in and zoom out using the scroll on the mouse, and left click and drag to move it around like so. You can hide this image data section right here by clicking the check mark right here. And to get started, click add to create a class. Name the class. I'll name it Vertex for example. Then you can change the color by clicking on this color selector box right here. I recommend you choose bright color like a neon blue or neon green or orange or something like that. Then change the size of the circle to make it fit for the size of your image. I like going for 15. You can change the color right here to show the active class, the class that you're working on, because if you have a second or third class, you want to differentiate what color you're working on. Now, with all those settings out of the way, you can get started by holding Control and left click on the mouse to add the dots. Obviously, you have to select the class that you're working on, so hold Control, left click on the mouse, and whatever dots you add will get tallied up right here. Now, if you want to create a second class to differentiate regions or to color code like I did in my last video, go ahead and create a second class and name it like hairline for example. Change the color and begin adding dots by holding Control on the keyboard and left click on the mouse. Now, if you make a mistake like I did there, you can hold Control and click Control Z on the keyboard to go back, and keep holding Control and left click on the mouse to add the dots. And if let's say you don't want to count a section or you missed a dot, the zone of a dot by accident, you can hold Shift on the keyboard and drag over it with the left clicking on the mouse, and backspace or delete on the keyboard to delete that. Now, if you were working on this class and you made a mistake, make sure to change it to go back to the class that you're working on. Hold Control and continue on adding the dots to count the grafts. Once you're all done, you can save the file right here by clicking save right here, or I highly recommend you do this as well. You should take a screenshot of your image and save that just for a backup. But once you have that done, you can click save right here. It will save it as a point file that will work on this application. So once that's saved, you can exit the application, where you can right click on this file that you just saved and open with .goose, or you can open up the application again and load it up manually like so. There you go. I hope you found the video informative and helpful. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.